I was muted. Classic. All right. Hey, welcome everybody. I was actually just giving the announcement. I was saying if anything audio-wise seems like funny, just scrub ahead because I'm troubleshooting as we go. Uh, and I spoke for about 30 seconds before I realized I was even off mic. But welcome back. We were doing a Savage Ocean Embark. Pretty interesting. I do have some funny things we're going to talk about, but we were just playing some cozy, chill Dwarf Fortress this afternoon. And welcome. Actually, I'm gonna pull this up and make sure it's not like make sure the audio sounds decent. So yeah, again, scrub forward. I'm not a very good live stream. I'm not a very good live screamer either. But just make sure this audio is okay. Cool. Sounds good. Yep. All right, guys. Welcome. So this is an island. Oddly, not much of an aquifer yet, which is fine. I was originally going to be funny and do a social experiment on this one, but I'll tell you about that in a little bit. We got to get a few migrant waves if we can on an island. As you can see, it's a pretty big island. One Embark is like this much coastline. Yeah, I'll give you a tour. So pretty standard, just woodland, fresh water. Goes down into a big rhyolite pebble beach, which is very pretty. The cool thing is we're going to be able to around this sea level. In fact, let me mark that. We're going to be able to do super high pressure water engineering, which is cool. Which is always a lot of fun. Let's see, what else is there? Tetrahydrite. Yeah, this is honestly just a chill, nice embark. But so Savage Island, I think there are, yeah, giant mantis. It's gonna be scary. Yeah, giant animals, savage. So savage as well means that if we cut down trees as we terraform, it's gonna be, it's gonna make them mad. It's gonna make animals, giant animals, come and attack us more often. So it's gonna be fun. I was gonna do like an art one where I was gonna specifically exile dwarves and build like specific. All right, I'll just admit it. If you made it 3 minutes in, I'll admit it. I was gonna do an island of Lesbos for April Fool's Day, and I ran late, so I don't have April Fool's Day. Hey, hey, Saltwater Aquifer, thanks for joining. Glad you caught this one. All right, I was gonna do an island of Lesbos for April Fool's Day, and I got behind on it. I was going to let migrant waves come in and then expel all the males. Children can stay because you can't expel children anyway. But the day they become a man, they would be forced to leave. But it is a savage embark. I'm just going to do a normal savage island embark. Those are always very interesting because you have to really train your army, and you really have to fight the giant animals, and as well you have a lot of water engineering that you can do, super high pressure water engineering. So for I have tried. Saltwater asks if I've tried messing with advanced world gen, and I have, but it is tricky. It's tough to get stuff that you would want. You have to be, and I think I've talked about this in videos. You have to be like very fine tuny. Like if you see the setting that turns werewolves up, you can't turn it up to the max. You have to turn it up to like 3 times the normal or something like that. But I've done videos with advanced world gen, and mostly I just get like spires. I get big like just weird geology. I haven't had success, making like a whole vampire or zombie thing or anything like that. Saltwater says I can use DF hack for sure, for sure. I gotta. Honestly, I feel like I'm getting pretty good. Oops, getting pretty good at DF hack. I know pretty much all the commands, but I still can't get some things I want. For example, like a giant undead whale. I don't know why I said that, but just as an example, a giant undead whale to trap in a cage. I uh, I still can't hack everything I wanted, and so I need to learn more about modding, like with the tokens and everything. I talked about tokens in the Magic update, and oh, and by the way, just all I'm doing. This is actually incredibly rich. This is nice stone and metal. This is really nice and fuel. Well, no, it's obsidian. I was just digging. I'm gonna do waterworks right away, but yeah, drinks look okay. Why are people starving and dehydrated? And sorry if I get distracted. I'm trying to read group chat as well. I'm pleased people are here. Uh, sometimes I really should announce them more often because sometimes I'll just top on and then nobody's here and it's a shame. But okay, we got starving animals. I should fix that. Do why? Oh, maybe because their meeting zone is below ground. Because I specifically was like, I want to. I learned that you can domesticate anything. Apparently, if you like can somehow breed generations and then have skilled animal handlers work with those animals, apparently you can tame like dragons. You can tame anything. Which so I was like, I want to learn more about this. So the fact that my critters are there we go, they're coming out. The fact that my critters are there we go, nice. Okay, so they were literally just below ground and not finding grass, but now they're okay. I want to raise animals. That's my point. Raise animals properly. Maybe that, I missed April Fools, so it's not the island of Lesbos, but like, this needs to be the training map. This needs to be the map where I train giant spiders or giant mantis, whatever we have, especially that it's a savage embark. That's the gimmick. I just figured that out. So we're going to train and domesticate the craziest thing we can think of. Probably not this mantis flying high above all of us. He might be an issue in general. And I don't maybe pangolins. That's a good level 1 thing. I'm just gonna watch him for a second. Giant Undead Whale is so hard. Somewhere in the archives, I really did. I learned tokens and I tried to hack it as hard as I could, but I couldn't make it work. I've got a buddy who's doing modding right now, just installing mods on games, and it is really funny. Modding is the funniest thing in the world, and I should get better at it. Maybe I should focus on it. It's actually very peaceful. This giant mantis is just kind of doing figure eights, but I do feel like he's going to be, or she. I'm sorry, forgive me. I feel like she's going to be a dickhead when she meets dwarves. So, but so far so good. Everybody's happy. Plenty of drink, plenty of fish. We have a manager, I believe. We set that up. Let's get more people mining. It would be okay. So this is to really domesticate crazy animals. You have to have cage traps because, as far as I know, in the current version, any version, the cage will even trap giant animals. That's liable to change on the patch. But the trick, if you want, like somebody I saw, it was on the Dwarf Fortress Reddit, which I don't recommend Reddit in general, but it's kind of sick there. But they do have good subreddits for specific things, and somebody currently is like going crazy domesticating um, all kinds of shit, like dragons and everything. So that got me thinking. I want to do that too. All right, we'll get some wood going. I think my dwarves are on fast dwarf, so fishing is not a problem, but these pond turtle shells kind of are. Actually, let me just lose some of this stuff in GF Hack. If you're not familiar with auto dump, this is an amazing utility that will just, as you can see, just clear trash. So you don't have to build a dwarven atom smasher. You don't have to do any of these crazy workarounds or anything like that. You can just delete trash if you don't want to play a trash simulator, which is pretty good. So let's see, we got start collecting minerals. We can. Oh, what else? I'm really excited. I'm going to post later today. I'm going to finish editing it. I've enjoyed movie reviews, watching cinema movie reviews for like 10 years, and I just realized I've never actually done a public one. So I'm editing my first ones. I am going to do a movie. I need to learn how to say movie reviews. I'm going to be a big time movie reviewer. That's why that's so hard to say. Movie review. Movie review. But so look forward to that. I'm going to do it whether people like it or not. It's very satisfying to complain or compliment interesting things I've seen. Let's see. Oh, where's that? All right, we're kind of almost towards. I don't know what I'm going to do with the. We really have to be careful. I'll try to do it before I log off, because tapping into the bottom of the ocean is always really funny in terms of water pressure. So we'll see if we can do something interesting with that before I log off. I'm going to try to play for like an hour, at least 45 minutes. And I got to And I should do other things, but let's tap into the bottom of the ocean before we do that. Turn music up a little bit. Even though that's too loud. I'll turn up the DF, the soundtrack a little bit more. Okay, so this is interesting. This is an island, and it has like actually incredibly dry stone. Something about it, like the ocean hasn't soaked into the stone much at all. But within about 3 easy levels, as you can see, I'm actually gonna make a save split. Ocean tapping 1. Yeah, within range, the stone is soaked, which makes a lot of sense. But let's see. This can be a quick little what do they call it? A workshop on high pressure water tapping. So let's get some doors as kind of like stop valve things. Let's see. Doors never hurt, so let's get like 30 doors to start. Even though, oh, we got our first migrants. Great, that's even better. Actually, let's look at them real quick. Wow, so a whole flock of giant sparrows. We're actually pretty lucky. So there are and so by giant they mean like 10 times the size of the normal animals. So giant mantis, giant sparrows. These are dangerous animals, like elephant-sized animals. Or I guess a mantis might be the size of a cat or a dog, but sparrow 10 times the size. Anyway, these would be dangerous, so they're being pretty cool, and I guess it's because our dwarves are mostly working underground. Maybe we can just live in harmony. You know, if you don't mess up nature too much, it's fine. Like, the animals won't get crazier and crazier, they won't get agitated. Wooden doors are going through, we're good on that. But so, if I don't cut down more trees, then I think it'd be fine. The giant mantises and sparrows are not causing too much trouble. All right, so let's make our first, and we are going to make save splits. I am a coward in that way. But we'll put our first door up. Tell you what, just for good luck, we'll put another door. And we are going to tap into the ocean just to start to get control of it. So in the new version of the Dwarf Fortress, you can ignore damp dig and warm dig, which mean like, so if you play Dwarf Fortress, dwarves will stop if they're like, oh, this stone is wet enough that I might flood the fortress if I dig further. They'll stop. That's good for safety. It's kind of like overclocking your PC, where like if you know how to do it safely, it's good. It'll get more work out of your dwarves or whatever. But if you don't know how to do it, you could destroy everything. But so for water and magma, the dwarves are careful. But in the new versions of Dwarf Fortress, you can turn that off. So let's turn that off and get started. We can make maybe a vent on the side of the map. So if there's too much flooding, we can vent it off the edge of the map. Let's try that. And I'm gonna make another save split. Ocean stuff. Try to think something funnier, sorry. And I guess we'll get power turbines and connect that to something funny. What's the most interesting? I don't even remember. What's the most interesting thing you can build with? Windmills are good. Gear assembly. Yeah. Oh, rollers. Yeah, I could get better with rollers. Do more automated minecarts, basically. Still bad at that. That's very, very tricky. I've done them in a few of the earlier videos when I was young and I had Zest for Life 3 years ago. I did some automated, like, major machines that were made out of minecart tracks. But yeah, I could refresh my memory on that. But first, let's tap the ocean, one thing at a time. And I got 15 dwarves. They're still pretty good. You know what? Because I want to play this properly. Let's check. I always check the least happy person and see what's wrong with them. But children are often petulant, and as you can see, his only emotions are enjoyment and fondness. So I'm not sure why he's not. But he's the least happy person in the fortress because he has child ennui, dissatisfaction. So everybody's really loving this so far. Incredible. And a Savage Embark with giants. 6 giant sparrows on the map. That is pretty wild that it's going so well. But let's keep jinxing it. Alright, so now I believe I'm at the edge of the map, so this can all be vent, and it's also whetstone, so it's gonna leak a little bit, but we can start getting vents off the map and then clear our dwarves so we don't get anybody killed, and then should be good. Should be fine. So we're smoothing the stone, we're gonna carve fortifications. Fortifications let things like arrows and liquids, dynamic objects like liquid through. And if it's at the edge of the map, it will pour it off the edge of the map, presumably into some advantageous neighboring embark, which will never actually be rendered. I don't believe so. I mean, I'm sure you can hack that, but usually when you embark, you can't embark right next to it. It kind of claims the land around it as well as wasteland for you to make use of. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's put up a stockpile to see what's going on. Tap this ocean. I'm gonna let them maybe walk through this a little bit more efficiently. This will all fill with water. And it might be bad for my processor if I let the water slosh around in there more, but who cares? I always give up on a map as soon as it's not fun. I need more stockpiles in general. I need to not rush to do these stunts because then my fortress is janky. But it is fun. And it works out. They got plenty of drink and fish. Everybody's happy. You know what? As a gift, as an appreciation, I'm going to make rock mugs because it's weird how much dwarves' happiness depends on rock mugs. And it said make 3, so I'm literally going to make 180. They're decent to sell. And it's not worth it. Every time a dwarf has to like cup their hands and drink, I guess, it really puts them in a bad mood. They want mugs, which is relatable. I'm pretty addicted to cups now that I think of it, as compared to my hands. Need bits too, I think. And we haven't even traded yet. This is a brand new map. Yeah, I have a trade depot up, but nobody's visited. I'm not sure if anybody can visit, so we're on a big island, so it would make sense for the game to spawn dwarves from other parts of the island. But I didn't check how close exactly we are to any other civilization, so we might be just here on our own. Oh, that's the other thing. So you get your first migration is guaranteed. It gets you up to 15. I've heard that. I've read that recently. That like the first migration is pre-scripted, but then I've had this happen where you're out in the middle of like an icy wasteland island, and you never get migrants again. You never get traders. Just nobody makes it out to you. You're so far away, which is one of the cool procedural things about Dwarf Fortress. But I hope I'm not in that situation. I would like more migrants. Obviously, it'd be good to thrive. No, I'm good. I was gonna say, am I drowning myself out with the music? Maybe a little bit. I'm trying to eyeball levels. I'll do that to be safe. I think that's better. All right, more just stockpiling, getting it away from the ocean. You know, when I first started, everybody complained, you know, in a friendly way. But I am the messiest Dwarf Fortress player in recorded history in terms of like my stockpiles and my game plan for Fortress. I'm really not an organized person, but that's the beautiful thing about this game. Has anybody... Alright, do I want... Yeah, there's a lot of gems still. I'm gonna actually turn on teleportation, because I want them to get the gems and the metal and stuff out of there. So I can... And you see now how these stones and things are blipping off the map, and then these dwarves are blipping into existence and leaving things in the stockpile. It's a good way if you want to just, like, rush through a stockpile. In fact, I've committed now to it. I'm gonna make the world's biggest stockpile out here. And it's gonna have corpses in it. And it's gonna have refuse in it. And they're gonna teleport to it, as you can see. And then it's just gonna insta-sort, basically, as quickly as possible, everything that is on the map. And after we let that run for a minute or two, I'm tapping the ocean. I'm doing it. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Agitated animal. Let's look into that. Agitated. Oh no! So we did cut down too much wood. So we are getting like specifically giant animals. A giant jaguar that is going to kill surface dwellers. All right. It's fine. You know what? We are teleporting. Would you guys begrudge me if I save split and did teleport ninja jutsu on this thing? Giant angry jaguar split. Sorry. It's cowardly, but that's how I get these great crazy fortresses, you know, in the 20 minutes we've been sitting here, we've already almost depressurized the ocean. And you do it with hacking and cheating and save splits. All right, wait, let's get this guy. All right, so none of my guys are trained on actual. I haven't even looked at this yet. All right, let's. Good. It's gonna remind me how to do. Remind me to set this up at least. This might get people killed. This might be stupid, but let's find out. So, yeah, we can do that, and then create new squad, no uniform. Basically, everybody who's not a child, and they're teleporting. So let's see how it goes. Oh, they're running up. I thought I put them on teleport. So they're killing it. They're killing it. Well, you see that? So now we have this actually this point in space is mostly occupied by giant jaguar teeth. That can we do anything with that? That would be cool, actually. If we can make. I wonder if that counts as a source of bone or anything. Giant jaguar teeth jewelry would be good. Would be cool. How's he doing? All right, he's unconscious. Get him. Get him. Now, of course, that's going to cause more agitation. This is going to be an arms race that will end me eventually. All right, he's dead. But good, we set up the squad. Back to tapping the ocean. And that's all. Let me see if I can force any more migrants yet. Because if we only have 15, then I have to be really careful with them. Nope, we got more. Beautiful. So that's the non-scripted second wave. We only got 3 or 4, it looks like, but if dwarves are trickling in, then we're going to be fine. Why are they still fighting? Why are they still fighting? He's just late alerts. Yeah, he's dead. So many jaguar teeth. Boy, oh boy. I'll save that for the screen for a thumbnail later. But we'll start to fight fair once it's a fair fight against giant animals. He would have been good. Oh, we got to start building cage traps. I forgot about that. Oh, we don't have workshops set up either. All right. I'll take feedback, but I do think we should set up workshops. I'll make sure to tap the ocean as well, but I'm forgetting about basic stuff. We got to start forging weapons. We got to start training, and we got to get cage traps up, which require mechanisms, at least made out of stone, and then cages made out of metal. So if we're gonna, for example, that was a wasted chance to maybe domesticate giant jaguars. So let's get on that, and we'll start trapping and training these animals instead of fighting them. We're also going to tap the ocean. All right, so this is now clean. It's so stupid to do a sacrificial dwarf this early. But if they teleport, maybe I can do it. Let's just try it. It's for the live stream. Oh, if you do it at a corner, it actually slows down the rate of water, I believe. Yes, beautiful. Oh, it's not even pressurized. Oh, awesome. I did that exactly right. All right, get out of there. Yeah, good. And then we just forbid this. Boop. Done. And we have... all right. Not even... For some reason, it's shallow ocean, I guess. Yeah, beautiful. We got a source of running water. Salt water, at least. But that's the first step. All right, and I fulfilled my promise. That's perfect. So we'll let that fill with water. And let's work in earnest on being good stewards of these giant agitated animals by caging them instead of hacking them to death, you know, teleporting in and beating on them. It's not good. Alright, so we're out of leaf of fruit, that's fine. We still have drinks, still have fish, we're good. I'm gonna get a forge up, and then start smelting, I guess. It looks like, yeah, tetrahedrite. So we go smelt, tetra, do that forever. That'll be good for copper and iron, I believe, or the two, and that's all I need. It might just be copper, but copper's fine. And then we can start putting up cage traps everywhere. We can start trying to tame the giant critters. I'm gonna make a little divot for magma forge. We do one more split. Alright, I'm back. So we got that. For some reason, that's like a old pathing glitch where you miss one square when you dig a pit. There are ways to avoid it. It's arguably my fault, but nobody really cares. So, ooh. Okay, sorry. I was in OBS doing commands instead of Dwarf Fortress, and I thought maybe I ruined everything. So we're gonna go into gooey liquids and DF hack. We're gonna go magma, we're gonna brush it in. Again, I'm doing it pretty messily, actually. Because see, now it's gonna sit in like a weird tower. See how I brushed it in at like 3 and then 6, and now it's gonna actually be glitchy. I shouldn't have done that. But it'll fix itself as soon as someone interacts with it. So we've had good luck with the sacrificial dwarf so far. Great, perfect. So we touch the magma, now it flows properly. I hacked it in. It wasn't reacting to gravity, but then I reminded it to react to gravity. We're good. I'm actually kind of a genius in this game. You know, the more I talk out loud, I'm like, I know a lot about Dwarf Fortress, as it turns out. So we'll get a magma forge up. We'll get, sorry, autosave. I'm trying to remember, so furnaces, yeah, we'll get all the furnaces up. Magma fed. This is magma kiln, magma smelter is the big one that we want. And in fact, we'll do a few of those so we can really start getting the tetrahydrite out. And what's the one I missed was magma kiln, which is not that important, but it does help. On a clay embark, I haven't seen too much of that, but so now smelt tetrahydrite should go through. We got all kinds of metal. This is a great embark, honestly. This is a great, it's a challenge, but it's also, you know, it's like dynamic with the ocean and the savage beasts, but it's also very, very rewarding. Everything you do is, there we go. And that's the lowest pressure ocean I've seen. How many Z levels look? So surface, 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, 4 level, 5 level, 6 level. That's incredibly low pressure, but that works. That's perfect to run some power generation off of. Oh, we're in big trouble, actually. Sorry. I honestly, I turned the music up and I was going to just rest my voice. But we got 9 agitated giant wild boars. That's bad, dude. All right. Already getting BTFO, making a save split. Let me think, and I might hack them out to again just maintain. This is an incredible embark. It really is like maximum riches, but maybe we should just seal off. Honestly, maybe we should just get to the first cavern. It seems like the surface is. I'm not even gonna get traders like with 9 giant agitated animals. There's not gonna be any trade here. So yeah, I guess I should. I'm gonna forgive me. I'm gonna rest my voice. I'm gonna try to figure this out without cheating too much, and I guess I gotta go for the caves. First, I'm trying to get just like a panic room kind of down further towards the first cave or whatever, and then we're also blocking off the surface. And oh no, they're killing guys. Oh no, they got me. You immediately went underground and they're killing everybody. Oh no, there's a named Sterd merchant. They already have names. Oh, they all already have names. Oh, well, I just wiped out. I'm gonna have to go back in the save split in. No. I'm gonna do something devious. Something that can make us not have to go back in time. We are gonna use the exterminate command. And we are gonna heal our guys up. One guy died, they took one. Count that as a loss permanent, publicly. But we gotta fight dirty now. This map is too fun. And yet too impossible. We have cheated. They're still not dead. What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean? It said it ran. Oh, no creatures. Okay. Because I wrote quote. I'm very stupid. What am I getting wrong? 9 giant wild boar. Oh, because I put the 9 in there. I'm sorry. This actually is me being stupid. Alright. So what the command should actually be is exterminate giant wild boar. Then it actually runs. Now they're dead. Alright. And that was bad. I'm gonna heal my guys. Dwarf? Oh. Full heal. Oh, that's another really useful one. Full heal all, just like I've written it there. I'll leave it up on the screen for a second. Everybody who's wounded, who's not dead, straight up dead, is back to full health. I have so many giant teeth. Leave in the comments if you have an idea for giant teeth crafts, because this place is already generating way too many giant teeth. We did lose one guy, which is bad, and somebody's unhappy now. So I'm losing my grip. And I would have lost 9 agitated giant boars at Ram Ranch. Sorry, that's a meme. I'm just kidding. 9. Wait, there's still more agitated animals. Oh no, the sparrows are coming down. Oh guys, I might have to leave. I might have to log off soon. This is bad. Can't do this. One normal crab. He's very cute. Why is he terrifying conflict? He didn't do anything wrong. Alright. I'm doing it again. I don't even care. Exterminate I gotta get a grip on this, and then I'm logging off. This has been too emotional. And too stressful. Solar says you can modify the rate surface agitation decreases, and you can modify the level when the game starts sending mobs against you. Oh, so I should get into. Thank you very much, Saltwater. So I can get into the advanced options. I've seen that kind of thing. So I can get into the advanced options and tell them to stop rather than hacking them after they exist. I'm gonna look into that before I log off. That'd be good. Well, this is kind of fun, don't you think? No, it's not. This is me hacking desperately out of having already lost. Sparrow's down. Did I mess something up again? Okay, no, just 200 citizens. One more. All right, no, I gotta. All right, we're gonna go into settings and we're gonna look at enemies. Oh, maybe I can't. I probably had to do that on World GM. No, the way it's described, it seems like I could edit it here. I can also do this after the. Oh, here we go. Wilderness sensitivity. Thank you very much, Saltwater. All right, let's do less of that. So one. Say 5 zeros. Oh no. Oops. Oh no, because I have to hit enter. Should stay. Yeah, thank you very much. That is, and then the decay. I'm gonna turn this off for a second because this is overwhelming me. Once we have some migrants, I'll set it back to fair and we'll mess with it. More is safer. Okay, yeah, wow. So the irritation decay is pretty low in the standard setting. That's interesting. I'm gonna set it to about half. Ooh, all right. So I'm gonna say savagery modified. Beautiful. Thank you. That's good. Solar says it's fun when the military is the only one fighting animals, and you get also new types of food. We're definitely gonna have new types of food. I'm gonna look into what I can do with giant teeth because we already have so many giant teeth knocked out of giant animals. So definitely that. Definitely exotic meats. This place has incredible gems and metal as well. And as soon as power from the ocean, and as soon as we find a peaceable solution, even including just going underground and letting the savagery take over the surface, I'm going to take seriously training the craziest, domesticating and training the craziest animals. Because I had no idea that you could do that. That any animal, apparently it's like if you tame an animal, it can be wild and then you tame it. And if you tame it along with another tame one and they have babies, and then that creature, that baby is like second generation tamed or something, it'll be domesticated. It won't know what to do without dwarves. Which is like, it's really cool. I really want to do that with some weird animals here. I'm refusing to give up even if it takes a lot of cheating. Saltwater Stones, impressed with ivory. Oh, ivory, thank you very much. I'm gonna get started on that right now. Oh, and somebody, Corn Lover 34. I don't know what friend that is, but hey, you're on my live stream. Let's see what's going on. Okay, ivory, yeah. Beautiful, that's what I needed. So we're gonna do ivory. Tooth. Yeah, interesting. I'll do some of that. Let's do ivory stuff. Ivory, crafts. That's the good one. So crafts is all kinds of things that the dwarves will find useful in different ways. So that's what you want. Anytime you're making mass crafts, you want bone as well. Ooh, bone bolts. Wow. And armor. Wow. Bone is actually super valuable. Oh yeah, we're gonna. This is incredible. So we are going to interact with these animals. We're going to tame them, and we are going to be ivory traders, unfortunately. Only because they keep attacking us, and then they have so much nice ivory that we don't know what to do with them. Alright, let's do also... let's do helmets if we can. Greaves, leggings. What's the difference between greaves and leggings? I thought greaves were leggings. Man, you can make crossbows out of them. This is incredible. Whoa, bone and ivory is... I'm going to do a video. I'm going to make a note. Bone bone/ivory vid, because that is the path that this has taken. Is you can make everything out of bone. So if you're on a Embark with giant creatures, you're all set for the rest of your life. All right, that's enough. That's all I can do. I'm losing my voice, guys. Thank you for coming. I gotta go. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. Oh, music too loud. Sorry. All right. I gotta go anyway. I'm losing my voice. But thank you, guys. Next video about bone crafts. It's apparently incredible.